In July 1816, the French frigate Méduse struck a sandbank off the coast of West Africa due to the sheer incompetence of its politically appointed captain. As the ship began to tear apart, panic erupted. There weren't enough lifeboats. The captain and the governor claimed the boats for themselves. For the remaining 147 soldiers and crew, they constructed a makeshift wooden raft from the ship's timbers. They were promised the lifeboats would tow them to safety, but minutes into the journey, the captain ordered the tow lines cut. The officers rowed away, abandoning 147 human beings to float into the Atlantic. No oars, no charts, and barely any food. It sounds like a psychological horror film, but the court-martial records exist, and I vouch for every word. By the very first night, the psychological terror set in. Plunged into pitch darkness and driven mad by terror, delirium turned into a brutal mutiny. The raft was so heavily overloaded that the men stood waist-deep in the freezing ocean water. A frantic, drunken frenzy to claim the center. By morning, 60 bodies lay hacked to pieces or drowned beneath the waves. But the survivors faced an even deadlier enemy, the sun. Dehydration caused vivid hallucinations. Men threw themselves into the ocean, believing they saw cities in the water. By the fourth day, only 60 people remained alive. Starving and desperate, the survivors looked at the corpses accumulating at their feet. To stay alive, they committed the ultimate taboo. They began slicing the flesh off the dead and hanging it from the makeshift mast to dry in the sun. Those who refused the flesh died first. The officers realized the injured and weak were consuming too many resources. In a cold, calculated act of survival, they threw the sick and wounded overboard into the shark-infested waters. The madness lasted 13 days. By then, the journals unsealed were enough to shake the French nation to its very core. By the 13th day, the madness finally ended. A rescue ship, the Argus, spotted the raft by pure accident. Of the 147 people abandoned, only 15 emaciated, hollow-eyed ghosts were left alive. Exposing the cowardice of the ruling elite, the survivors' stories transformed from a tragedy into a terrifying testament to human cruelty. The wreck of the Medusa remains a testament to survival at its most brutal. I vouch for every word. The vault is deep, and the records only get stranger from here. Please subscribe to Unseal the Next Archive. Until next time, keep searching.